Yo, what's the deal, y'all? It's LP the host here. To my side, I got my boy Tyree Mills, and y'all know on the ones and twos, we got King Kendon, my brother.
What's happening, though? What's happening, though?
Happening. We are back right here on the Patio PolitiCz, and man, if y'all not here right now, then y'all better be. You hear what I'm saying? We got a lovely, lovely guest in the house tonight. A nice young man. Now, look, I'm not gonna spoil this for y'all, but I am gonna give y'all a little title about this episode: Life's Dance with Gifted Hands. So if y'all think about that, let that resonate for y'all. Y'all ready for this?
Let's get it.
Okay. You ready?
Yes, sir. Yes,
you ready?
Yes.
Let me fucking up the equipment now. All right. So Life's Dance with Gifted Hands. And we'll be right back after this intro, y'all. Keep it locked.
We hope you stay a while, 'cause it's right for life. Trying to be part of your life. We got whatever you like. Come on and just give us a try, yeah. 'Cause it's right for life. Trying to be part of your life. We got whatever you like, yeah. Come on and just give us a try, yeah. I said it's right for life. Come in with the shows that you like. We trying to be the best on the mic. DJ playing cuts that you like, yeah. It could be the start of your day, or maybe just the end of your night. But if you're rocking with us, Patio PolitiCz is gonna do you right. Oh, 'cause it's right for life. Trying to be part of your life. Yeah. We got whatever you like. Whatever you like. Come on and just give us a try. Yeah. 'Cause it's right for life. Oh. Trying to be part of your life. Oh. We got whatever you like. Ooh. Come on and just give us a try. Yeah. We hope you stay a while.
Yeah, and we are back. Because y'all already know what it is. If y'all don't stay around, then what we going to do, okay?
Lock your ass up in the trunk.
Yeah, and where we going to take you? Man, to the patio. You already know you locked in to the patio. Anyways, we just popped the trunk. And Larry Ervin, y'all, popped out the patio of the trunk. Y'all, give it up, give it up, give it up. I was waiting for my little applause. Like, woo. Larry Ervin, how are you today?
I am well.
How you feeling?
Good.
Man, you looking 21 over here. I'm so jealous. You looking good. You looking good. So, Life's Dance with Gifted Hands.
What does that mean?
I was gonna ask you a little bit. It was kind of about you. We thought we got together and we made this up for you.
Okay.
So we felt that you were pretty gifted with hands.
Okay.
And we know that your journey through life has been, oh my God, like a paper full for me already. Okay. Like so much stuff. So just tell us about how it was growing up as an Army son?
Yes.
How was that?
Well,
you can take us to the roots, man.
Yeah,
yes,
let us know. Let the people know.
Well, let me see. Where do I start?
In the beginning, there was John.
And it was light.
Yeah, I was wondering what you guys were wanting to talk about here, because I guess I'm from another planet from y'all. You had some excellent guests over here, very eloquent. The young lady that was in here before can talk.
Oh man,
I'm really a quiet person, but as soon as I get over my nerves, I'll start talking.
All right, is it nervous right now?
Yeah, it is.
This is just cool stuff. Okay, so then
bring your mic a little bit closer for me, just a little bit.
I can come back into that. I do. This was interesting.
I do want to talk about that.
Okay.
I'm just a little puzzled on where to start. I started at 4 years old.
Okay.
When I was 4. This is where I began remembering.
Right.
Okay. I was born at Fort Meade, Maryland. It's an Army base in Suitland, Maryland. It's pretty close to Baltimore. My father was in the United States Air Force. Mm-hmm. And he was a communications specialist. He wrote crypto, which is code. Mm-hmm. And he was there training in Virginia at Langley. And his job was kind of a curiosity and a mystery to me, because he didn't talk too much about it. But He went to work every day and went into a little room and with a radar antenna above it and did his thing. But anyway.
Did you go sneak in that room?
I remember one time my mom took him to work in the car, and in order to get in the room, he had to go past a SP with a 45 on his hip. So I remember that because I was wondering, what could my dad be doing?
Right.
He can't tell me about. And he has to work in a room with a guard. But that was Cold War era. That's when 50s and 60s. So I'm talking about 1959.
Oh, wow.
We, once I was 4 years old, we were sent to the Azores, which is an island off of Portugal. That's my earliest remembrances.
So, like, that's loud. I'm loud. Like, whoo. So, like, at what age did you actually find out, or did you ever really find out what your dad was doing behind this door with this gun and this guard?
I never really found out what he was doing.
Still never?
I just knew that he worked in communications, that he worked crypto, and all the bases that we were assigned that had listening stations. So he was involved in the Cuban Missile Crisis. He was involved in all that stuff that was happening in the late 50s and late 60s, Vietnam as well. So that's my earliest remembrance in Portugal. We had a maid.
4-year-old with a maid.
Yeah, a 4-year-old with a maid. She was more of a.
Now, did that make you lazy? You clean up now or what?
No, it snapped me too a couple of times because that maid wouldn't take no shit. One time she spit in my ear to straighten me up as a punishment. I'm sure I deserved
straight too. Shh.
Now,
yeah.
That ain't
You
exactly
remember
your
it
wet willy.
all my life. I'm 66 years old. I remember that today.
Man.
wow.
So she made an impression.
Yes, she did.
So I was good after that.
Shout out to the baby.
now, Larry, I gotta ask you a question, man, because see, my first job was on a military base, and that was my first time discovering that when you live outside the civilian premises, the rules are different for everybody. So take us back to those years of just childhood again. You said it started at 4. So, were you a straight A student, or were you a kid running around getting into mischief?
I was a C student. On a good day, I might get a B. But, I was pretty average. We lived in, let me run it down first. Portugal, Dayton, Ohio, Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, Dayton, Ohio, Anchorage, Alaska, Sacramento,
Okay.
McClellan Air Force
I was
Base,
wondering if it
Sacramento.
was Anchorage or Kodiak.
Kodiak is a place in Alaska.
I was wondering
Kodiak,
where you
Alaska.
were because I want to ask about that.
Okay. You know somebody in Kodiak or know about Kodiak?
Yeah, the earthquake that hit. Yeah, I'm ready to talk about that.
Okay. I was there.
You were 9.
Yeah. And then after that, we moved to Sacramento, McClellan, and 4.5 years in Japan. My growing up years of 13 through 17, I grew up in Japan. And then we came back to Maryland, where after school, I joined the Air Force and did it all over again.
For yourself, huh? Like, I'm going to go in that door and see what that door is about. You
What?
flew in the Air Force?
No,
No.
I'm a pilot. I have
You
a
flew
pilot's
elsewhere.
license, but I didn't fly in the Air Force. I was an air cargo specialist in the Air Force.
Oh, I just want to shout out J Fifth for the wrong info. That's all. I just want
Well, technically, he's right because I was
Oh,
in the Air
man.
Force and I was a pilot and I flew airplanes while I was in the Air Force.
Okay, so all right,
okay.
fine, Jay.
I wasn't an Air Force pilot.
Fine, Jay. But it works together.
Yeah,
It worked together.
that was together.
All right, Larry. If you don't,
Go ahead.
okay, yeah, because I wanted to take it back to the Great Alaskan Earthquake. I saw this in your bio, and I was like, dang. I was wondering if it was bigger than the '96 earthquake in the valley or what. But then I looked on it, and it was like a 9.2 9.2, and it was a tsunami as well.
Goodness, man.
What was that like?
I seen on the map that it hit Anchorage like hard. It was a 9.2. Where did you guys take cover at? And at 9, did you know about earthquakes? Was this your first one?
This was my first one.
So earthquake drills, did you know what you were supposed to do, or all that goes out the window when the house is shaking?
We didn't have no earthquake drill. The drills we had were air raid drills for nuclear, hiding under the desk and stuff. But the earthquake, what I remember is my sister and I were in the living room at the start of the show. It's called Fireball XL5. It was a puppet show, right? And they flew in a spaceship out into space, and they had a show came on after school every day. And we were sitting in the living room when the floor began to move around in a circle like this.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And it was
That's crazy.
it was something I'd never experienced before. My father grabbed me and my little sister up in football style, and one under each arm, ran down the stairs and
Okay, so
bounced off the wall going down the stairs.
Nice.
Man.
Once we got outside, we had to run around the cars because they were shaking and banging together. We ran out into the middle of the street where other families from other houses came. We all huddled together in the middle
I
of the
saw
street.
that cracking too.
And the road cracked. And so we all ran down the road as well as we could run. I mean, basically, it wasn't a run. It was a staggering, stumble away from that crack. And then another one came across our path there. So we were stuck in the middle and just stayed right in the middle of the road for the entire time it was rolling.
How long did it last?
It lasted about 5 minutes.
Wow.
And there were tremors all night and the next day afterwards. So we didn't know whether, it was going to start again,
Right.
Because, as soon as the tremor hit, we'd
Shakes.
be...
Yeah, ready.
The house was damaged. We were living in a three-story, a threeplex, right? And there's a family downstairs. We were in the middle, and there's a family upstairs. There's an old lady upstairs who had a dog. The dog died because he was rolling around in broken glass and things.
Oh, just wow. The debris is crazy. If the actual incident doesn't get you, sometimes it'd be like the
The
debris.
debris.
All that night, we didn't have any electricity.
Right.
We ate raw hot dogs for dinner. We slept on the living room floor in a sleeping bag because we were scared. We wanted to all get up and run out at the same time.
Yeah.
If it ever happened again. And we stood up a couple of times every time a tremor would hit. But I remember, I don't know if you've ever been in a blackout where there's no electricity, but you go outside and you look across the city and you don't see nothing. And you may see car lights and stuff, no street lights, no house lights. And it was dark, and we could hear people crying off in the distance in the night because we didn't have nothing. It was pitch black, no electricity, no gas. And we had to just sleep on the floor. So that's my remembrance of the Alaskan earthquake.
The Alaskan earthquake.
Yeah, we eventually got over it, and we got another house on base this time. But we went and looked at all the damage, and just the store we were shopping at, therefore the JCPenney's downtown Anchorage. The entire side of the store slid down and hit the parking lot where we always park. So we were just there the day or two before the earthquake. The streets
Crazy.
broke. You had to climb down to go into a store. I had a childhood friend whose house broke in half, sunk down like that, and he was in the bathroom on the toilet at the time. He told me to roll off the toilet, lay on his stomach on the floor, and he was holding on to the toilet while the water was pouring down. And his little sister went rolling down the hallway. They all got out okay.
Man.
No one was no one was injured or anything, but he lost his house.
So, when that happens, Larry, right when it's over, can you take us through? I mean, like, what do you make of it after that happens? Like, all the damage is done. People are probably coming outside. Like, what happened? So,
well, let's bring it right back after the break.
let's do that.
The camera got to breathe. Our camera is on menopause, so we're gonna take a menopause break, really, really quick, y'all. Keep it like it's the patio politics. Y'all know where y'all should have been at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the deal, y'all? It's LP, the host here, and thank you so much for tuning in to the Patio Politics. Y'all keep it locked because we are not done yet.
If the Lord is with you, who can be against you? Think about it. When you truly know God and feel his presence, you walk with a certain type of swag. You move different. Think different. Pray different. It's not that you're arrogant, but you're confident in the Lord's power that is inside of you. Can I get an amen? Amen. Romans 8 puts the emphasis on that.
Excuse me, sir. Can you step outside for me for a second?
Sure. What'd I do?
It's not about what you did or what you didn't do, okay? This is the house of the Lord, okay? It's not a homeless shelter. Can't be in here just being disruptive.
Disrupt? What? I didn't.
He didn't even do nothing. You over here tripping and nitpicking for nothing.
How about you mind your business and pay attention to the pastor and not me, Kim, okay? Thank you very much.
Is something wrong, Deacon Douglas?
Pastor, this gentleman here was just disrupting our church and I was seeing him out.
My mom passed away when I was 14, so I ended up getting like 4 other moms. And you know, I took from each one, and as I saw their characters, it taught me how to grow into a woman.
The biggest obstacle and challenge that I faced along the way is self-sabotage.
I'm constantly growing. I've made mistakes. I've made things that I've had to go back and correct. That's all part of the process.
Because of my dark skin and my thick thighs and my big booty. For a long time, I fed into what Hollywood or America said that I wasn't.
I hate people say that you're not gonna do that, you're not gonna be able to make it, you're not good enough. That inspires me.
I really follow the cats in the game that stick to code, ethic, just morals.
I like to humble myself in front of people to show them that it can be done.
What I feel that sets me aside is having God by my side, because he is the one that makes me unique, and he is the one that gives me the strength in order to make myself seem unique.
All smiles, no trouble. If you rollin' with me, ain't no nigga like me. I'ma show you, baby. I'ma make you mine. All smiles, no trouble. If you rollin' with
Yeah, back to the politics. You know what it is. It's your host, LP the host. I'm standing right here. It's my boy, Tyree Mills. Ba-ba-ba.
Yo, suave.
That's how I feel about you.
There you
That's
go.
how I feel about you. Shout out to my boy, King K on the ones and twos.
Yeah.
You already know what's happening.
Come on, you get them too. Hey, last but not least, never least, the earthquake survivor. Give it up for Larry. Ba-ba-ba.
Yeah.
So, look, before we went into break, Tyree, go ahead and ask that question again. You wanted to know You ask it.
Well, you know what? Actually, so if it's all right with you, Larry, because I know sometimes those are things that we don't even want to recall. But just take us to those moments after. What do you even make of it? Because most times I'm sure people aren't even sure what the hell happened. They're just like, man, what the hell happened?
Like, I survived.
Yeah, you're alive, but now there's damage everywhere. Because when disasters happen, I know a lot of times people think of could it be terrorism? Could it be an attack? Until you realize no, it was a natural disaster, but it was bad.
Well, after it stopped shaking, my parents.
Right.
My
did you
sister,
ever think? I'm sorry. With your dad being in the Army or the Air Force, did you ever think it was not a natural, but like a attack or something? Because you've never experienced an earthquake.
No.
I
didn't think that then. We got in a car because the house was, had broken windows and stuff. And we thought it was the end of the world. My sister and I, we just started crying and praying. We were praying and crying because we didn't know what was going on. We thought it was the end of the world. That's what it was like.
Wow.
Is your sister older or younger than you?
I have two sisters. I have an older sister and a younger sister. It was my older sister that we were.
That's
we
wild.
were praying with. Anyway, so we lived in Alaska for almost 3 years, and
they say, man, us black folks don't really like the cold, man. How you do that, man?
Alaska was beautiful. It was beautiful. You could see mountains for 15, 20, 30 miles away.
Would you live there today?
No.
Not that beautiful.
No, I wouldn't live there today. Not because of. I think it's because of personal reasons, and
you just got stuff here. You done built up
we
stuff.
got
You done
stuff here.
bought some property. Where's your property at?
North Carolina.
In North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Is that where? Are you moving there soon?
Yes.
To the NC.
Mm-hmm.
Aww.
Yep. And fairly soon too.
Wow.
And you said fairly soon?
Yes.
Oh, he's packing his stuff and he's leaving our black asses over here.
Means I gotta get a film in with you while you still here.
I know. Are you gonna come back to film?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, if I get parts, or y'all are doing something, and that's associated with all of this, okay? Because when I met y'all folks, okay, I knew that y'all are doing something. You're going somewhere. You're prolific, and I wanted to be a part of it. And I remember Jazz and JT came over for dinner one time.
Shout out to J Fifth.
My house. And I told you a story. It'll come along. Was talking again a little bit later, but I'm supposed to be here. This was my calling, and we'll get around to that.
Jazz in the background just smiling like, yeah,
man.
yes it is. Yes it is.
But anyway, okay. So after Alaska, the world didn't end, and we spent the rest of the time in Alaska. After Alaska, we moved to Sacramento, California, McClellan Air Force Base in Sacramento, California. And that's where I went through 5th and 6th grade. And so California in the 60s, 67, 68, that's an experience growing up.
Way different from what it is today, huh?
Yeah, that's my first experience of racism. Wow. The first time a white person called me a nigger.
Wow.
In the 6th grade?
Yeah, it was in the 6th grade.
Oh, out here in Cali, Lord.
California.
Why did it have to be us?
Literally.
No, he didn't. Why did he? What was the instance that he had to call you a nigger?
It was daytime.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just
no real reason.
A social norm of the time.
No real reason, right? Yeah.
Unfortunately.
So 68.
How did you respond to that?
I just kept walking because I was scared. See, I said before, y'all gonna think I'm from another planet because I didn't grow up like y'all did. I saw some of your other podcasts where, people were talking about right down here in Manchester, Century, and I'm just different. I've been different all my life, and that's one of the things that I wanted to talk about here too. Sacramento was Vietnam, because that's where the Tet Offensive happened in 1968. My dad, of course, was in the Air Force.
Mm-hmm.
So he was dealing with that. He wasn't in Vietnam.
But he was in the Air Force during the time. Right.
So, he was doing secure communications. So after Sacramento was Japan. I lived there for 4.5 years. We didn't want to go.
Did you learn to speak the language out there?
I did.
You did? You're fluent all the way?
Not fluent.
But you can get around.
I can understand it. I can get it.
That's really good.
Nihongo, I understand.
Mucho grande gracias. Sí. Yeah, that's what I know. That's what I know.
All right, LP. That's Japanese.
No, that's really good. I was wondering if you took on the language out there.
But most of my impressionable years were in Japan. That's where I did most of my.
Do they speak a lot of English out there?
Not in 1968.
Oh yeah. See, it's different.
Now everybody speaks English.
Right. Yeah.
But back then they did. So it's we didn't want to go at all because we're American kids. We're living in California now.
Right.
After Alaska, California was pretty cool.
Right. Yeah. It is. California is great.
But fast forward 4.5 years later, we didn't want to come back. We didn't want to come back to the States because of all the stuff we've been hearing about.
Yeah.
So the whole civil rights era, and I remember John F. Kennedy's assassination. I remember Bobby Kennedy. I remember Martin Luther King.
Wow.
But we had a good life in Japan. We didn't want to come back, but we did.
So what was one of the best things about living in Japan? Okay, two of the best.
Two of the best things? I guess being different.
Being a black man.
Because, at first, we didn't like it.
Right.
Some of my friends from school. I met some good friends there. And one of my friends was Japanese. It was Nisei. Nisei Japanese is American Japanese. And we did everything. I had a paper route, Asahi Shimbun paper route.
Okay.
And I was delivering papers. This was off base to the Japanese. It was a Japanese paper written in Japanese, in kanji. And we had a paper out there. What are the two things most I like about it? Being different, and the food is good.
Yeah.
The food is good.
Better than Cali.
It's incomparable. It just doesn't compare.
I understand.
Now, Larry, can I ask you a quick question? Because I don't get a chance to ask this very often, especially when we're having these kind of convos. Now, you mentioned that you remembered the civil rights era. You remembered Martin Luther King, JFK's assassination. Mm-hmm. Can you run back through, what were you doing when those things happened? Or where were you? And especially if you're outside of the country, I'm sure it's a different experience than when you're here.
Could I have a Kleenex?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, absolutely.
We were in Alaska when John F. Kennedy was assassinated. And I remember playing with models because I built model airplanes.
Already building stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I was fucking around with models.
Gifted hands, that's what I said.
Yeah.
What models was you messing around with, man? I'm messing around with you.
I think it was a little hot rod or something.
Okay.
But the airplanes, we had what, B-17s or P-51s?
I had it all.
Okay.
Every one of them.
Red tails?
Yep. Yeah. Who said red tails?
Red tails?
You learned it?
I wish I knew to throw something out like baby bags. No. Like, who said that? So are you afraid of heights? I have to ask that even though you have flown.
Yeah, I'm afraid of heights.
When's the last time you flew? Flued.
Last week.
Really?
Really?
You have your own plane? I'm asking that too now.
I'm a pilot and I fly. Yes, I'm afraid of heights.
I'm a pilot and I fly. You have your own plane?
No, I don't have my own plane.
Oh, because you threw it in there a little bit. I was like, that's nice.
Wow.
It's falling through the heights, and the sudden stop at the end is what I'm afraid of.
Any difficulties up in the air while you were flying? Like, do you have to know the person that worked on the plane for you to fly it? Like,
yeah, that's
Father God.
Yeah, we kind of took a segue.
I'm sorry, because
okay.
It was a thing for me.
That's okay.
I just wanted to know. We can segue back into it.
I learned to fly when I was in Germany. That's when I was in the Air Force. They had aero clubs on the American air bases there, where anybody can come and learn how to fly. I got my license there. And I do that from time to time.
Okay. Not a problem.
I do that from time to time.
So then segueing back into the time where you were building models.
Oh, yeah. President Kennedy, Mom came in, listened to the radio. She was crying. And I just started crying, too. I didn't know why.
But you felt it, though, huh?
Because your mom was crying.
Yeah. And the news was on, and everybody was crying. So, by that time, we were in Alaska when JFK was assassinated. We were in California when Martin Luther King was assassinated, and Bobby Kennedy. So, yeah, I remember those times. I don't know if you remember a news clip. It's a stock news clip they use sometimes about Vietnam, where they show a South Vietnamese commander walking up to a Viet Cong and shoot him in the head with a .38 on the 5 o'clock news. And they keep showing that clip every now and then. You see stuff in Japan. It was on the front pages of the newspaper. But that's one of my most memorable things. I didn't want to see that. And I was a kid, and so that stuck with me all my life. And all my life, I felt that I was different. My wife calls me a Poindexter.
You feel different.
Urkel.
Wow.
Yeah. Because of the things I like and the things I do. I don't play basketball. I don't like sports, although I played football in junior high school.
How about hand-to-hand combat, man? Look like you know some things, man.
I took a taekwondo course. But
Humble
anyway, I always felt different. I only found out recently why.
And why is that?
And that segues into the reason why I'm loving Jazz and JT and these people here. I found out that I'm an empath. And I had been all my life, but I didn't know what it was. And I don't know if y'all know what an empath is, but it's someone who
definitely
feels the energy of other people. And it's a blessing and it's a curse.
Man.
And for most of my life, it was a curse because I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
You know, I would go into a room and want to leave. I couldn't tell you why, but I need to get out of there. There's times when I'm uncomfortable in crowds, I like to be alone. That's why I do the things I do, because I go tinker with stuff. I like to be alone to recharge. But
can you do like activities with your wife? Like, does she count as part of your being alone, or you can like do stuff with her all day?
Sorry, my mind went there. She's
right there.
What were we talking about? Oh yeah, she's a part of it, but I still got to be alone from her too, and she understands it, and she is learning as well to live with it, and I'm learning to live with it, because occasionally I'll have an anxiety attack for no reason. I'll be sitting in an airport, waiting for a plane. You know how people walk by, and they're walking this way, walking that way. It's one of my favorite things to do is sit in the airport and watch people go by.
Really?
And there are times when someone will walk by, and I will feel their energy, and it's either like, whoa, I don't want to know that person. I don't want to know them. Okay, keep walking. I don't want to know you. They didn't say a word to me. They're 30 yards away.
Yeah.
Minding their own business, but I could feel his energy walking down that hallway. And then there's other energies that I feel, coming from y'all. That's a good kind.
I was gonna say
that's a good kind. That's the kind that sinks and stays into your heart and the people you want to be with. I choose my friends very carefully, and I don't have many of them because I choose them carefully.
Okay, amen to that.
That ain't a bad thing either.
Right, you see me clap at that.
Yeah.
How did you balance? Like, because I can definitely understand where you're coming from.
Well, hold on, King brother. Hold on, King brother. Because we definitely got to dive more into that. But real quick, we got to take a quick break here on the patio.
A break?
I'm Tyree Mills, here with my girl LP.
Yeah.
God King Kendon. I'm Mill Suave to some of the others who know me.
We'll be right back. We're not going nowhere.
Yeah.
We're not going nowhere.
What up? What's poppin'? It's DJ Anthony J. Thank y'all for watching the Patio PolitiCz. You feel me? Stay tapped in. And go ahead and hit that subscribe button while y'all at it. You feel me? Stay locked in, Patio PolitiCz.
We don't like Christians and what they stand for, so our purpose is simple. Go to every church and eliminate the real Christians. Or in other words, eliminate people that love the Lord. So we won't be long. Truly believe in God. Truly believe in Jesus Christ. Know that He's real and are willing to die for Him as He did you. Stand to your feet right now.
You trust me? Come here. I want to help you ease your anxiety if you allow me to. I think it's magical how kisses slow down time. I can make your spirit move at the pace of the earth when your lips meet mine. Life is so much better when you slow down. We so in a rush just to go nowhere when the best place to be is right here, making a positive out of all the negatives.
Justice, I assure you, will be served. You want to restore the community, you have to restore order.
and instill fear in the people.
Me and you both know how this ends.
Yeah, we damn sure do know how it ends. It ends here. Because if we don't protect our people and land, who else will? Because it damn sure ain't the church.
Niggas are gonna go out here like me.
That's what they want us to believe. And we're not born monsters. Circumstances, poverty, and pain turns us into that monster.
All smiles, no trouble. If you rollin' with me, ain't no nigga like me. I'ma show you, baby. I'ma make you mine. All smiles, no trouble. If you rollin' with
Hey, what's happening though, man? It's the Patio PolitiCz. We back. LP the host,
Yes,
T
it
Mills,
is.
Yes, sir.
boy Kendon, man, and we got Larry right here. And before we took this break, he was telling us about the empath, being an empath, you know what I mean, and some of the things that he deal with being that, and which was gonna lead into my question: how do you balance the energy that you receive and the energy that you come in with? You know, like how do you find the balance to be able to stay rooted and grounded and to not be consumed by that?
We wanna see all of Kendon while he talking.
King back there.
King.
I'm still learning to do that. I'm still learning to do that because I still have panic attacks, but and I still have energy waves, but at least I know what's happening and I know where it's coming from, where I didn't for a lot of my life.
Dang. So do you think that even where you are and what you do today, do you think that red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather. I do that. You guys can do that. Anyways, so do you think that you would have been a different person? Same person, but do you think that you would act differently or behave differently had you known 30 years ago that you were empath? And you embraced it then instead of just now, kind of.
You mean if I knew back then?
And embraced it back then, yeah.
Well, it was all my life. As a child and growing up, I always felt different. And I always had intuitions about things that other people didn't. And intuitions about people that other people didn't. And I remember we were playing bingo. It was bingo night in Alaska. We take the kids and, they had toys and stuff.
Bingo night in Alaska. Sounds fun.
And I got bingo. And so did some other kid, a white kid. Okay. And we go up to the table to get our prize. And there's only one prize. So we got to pick a card. Pick a card. See who gets the best card.
Oh, please.
Get the gift.
No way.
Hey, bingo starts with B, and that's for black.
I knew right then what was going on.
You understood.
And, the lady fanned out the cards, and she went.
Kind of pushing one up for him?
Pushing one up for him. He picked it up.
Oh, Lord.
But, see, I knew all that was going to happen. There are times when y'all remember the El Toro air show?
I do not.
Okay.
No.
They used to have air shows at El Toro Marine Corps Air Station.
Air shows.
Yeah,
okay,
air
I'm
show.
thinking TV shows on the air.
Yeah.
Literally air shows.
Air shows where they demonstrate flying.
I don't remember, but they had one 2 months ago over the beach. Like I was far over the beach, and it was just so many.
Yeah, in the Bay we call them the Blue Angels.
The Blue Angels. Airplane crashed that day. A man died in an airplane. It was an F-86 jet that it was flying.
It'd be the jets.
He flew around, did a loop, bottomed out, and he hit the ground.
Bottomed out. He went too far low.
Yeah, he went too low and hit the ground.
goodness.
Big baller frame.
Yeah, right away.
But the thing about it is, immediately after that happened, I knew, I said to myself, and I said to my friend next to me, I knew that was going to happen. I knew that was going to happen. And, you know, it seemed like an imagination or
unreal
vision.
You know, a vision of, you know, you think about something and you have a vision of something, you don't think too much about it. It's, okay, just
it's
random
right.
thought. But that had troubled me for a long time because I knew that was going to happen. And there's other incidents where I was sitting there in my room playing my guitar when I had an anxiety attack. A sudden wave of anxiety came over me, and I thought about my mother, and so I called her immediately. She said everything's okay. It's all right. It's okay. But then she died.
When, same day?
Not the same day, but soon after. It was about 2 weeks after. She had a massive stroke and died. And
sorry about your loss.
I knew that was going to happen.
So, how old were you at this point, may I ask? With your mother?
It's funny how the mind
is very ironic.
You know,
as if you didn't even want to know.
Asked me at another time, and I wasn't thinking about it at the time, I probably would have rattled off the date. But it was less than 10 years ago.
So, that feels like new still. Yeah, that's still new.
I was living here.
My question for that was, were you like accepting of it at that point?
I still didn't know at that point. I just knew that things would happen with me, you know?
No, not of the empath, but just accepting of the death of your mom, or the passing of your mom, rather. Like, did her age make it acceptable for you? Was she going through something? Was it just something sudden that happened and it shocked you?
It was sudden and it shocked me. I was really mad at her because I knew she lied to me when
everything
I
wasn't
called
okay.
her, and she told me everything was okay.
Do you feel like perhaps she had the same ability as you, or perhaps your father, who probably didn't even get a chance to express that to you?
Yeah. Yes. We all have it. We all have it. In the Bible they call it a still small voice. I got it in spades, though.
Says a lot about purpose.
Let me fast forward a little bit so we can have some context for why I'm so excited to be here today. That after I got out of the Air Force, I wanted to go to school. I wanted to build on my pilot's license and work in the aviation industry. So I went to Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University in Prescott, Arizona. I got a bachelor's degree in aeronautical science. And I was recruited by McDonnell Douglas Aircraft here in Long Beach, 1986. And, I always knew that that's what I was going to do. Way in the back of my mind, I always knew this one was good. I worked there for 28 years. And one day, I was sitting at work and I had an anxiety attack. But not like any other anxiety attack. I felt like I was dying. I left work. I had to get out of there. It felt like the whole world was just crashing down on me. For no reason. For no reason. I didn't know what was going on. I came home. I laid in my bed and I cried and I cried because I thought I was dying. I thought I was dying. I thought that every breath that I took was going to be my last one. And I fell down on my living room floor and I began to pray. And
I can ask you your religion?
Christian.
Okay.
I pray to God.
Okay. I'm sorry. I was supposed to assume.
Amen.
I just
that's okay.
Right.
That's okay.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I could have been anything.
Right.
And he answered me. He said, go tell somebody. Few words, but it meant volumes to me.
Right.
Okay? That's all he said. Yeah. It meant volumes to me. And I don't know if you've ever experienced, but original thought. Okay, we all have original thoughts. You think something, and you thought it.
Right.
Free thinking.
Okay.
Right.
Free thinking. But this did not come from me. It didn't come from my mind. That's how I knew it was God. You know? And I went from that to joy, unspeakable joy, in a second. And I knew what I had to do. I had to go tell somebody. I asked God, Lord, you've given me this. I've been always skilled at everything. You know, I've got intuition into lots of things, and I can do lots of things. You know, I'm a pilot. I fly airplanes. I ice skate. I can draw. You know, I'm an artist.
Can you swim though?
I can swim.
Okay.
I can do most anything.
Right, you were in the Air Force. You can swim.
And I asked God, why? Because, you know, everybody's searching for their purpose. I thought I had my purpose. You know, I was to be an engineer in the aerospace. Did it for 28 years. Making over 6 figures a year. Just turned around, walked away.
This is the thought you said that wasn't yours.
Yeah.
So after that thought is when you walked away?
No. I walked away from, it was after the thought that I actually walked away. But the impetus of that was me leaving work due to this anxiety attack I was having. Why, Lord? You give me all this. You give me all this. Give me this education. You give me these skills. You give me this insight. You give me all these things. To die?
Right.
You know, I felt like I was a complete failure. Part of me did die. A piece of me died. And
rebirth.
Yes.
It did. and it was good riddance too. Because you know, we all got some little skeletons here and there. But that's why I'm here, is to tell somebody.
Right, to share it.
To share it.
And somebody else can learn from
Now,
it.
I don't know if I conveyed the importance that I put on it to y'all, but I'm glad I told you.
And I'm glad you told us.
28 years and you walked away. I was like just like looking into the things that you did, your bios, and then you were awarded the Air Force Commendation Medal so it said it was a word I couldn't pronounce. It started with the M. It was some type of M-word achievement in Zaire, Congo. Would you like to explain that to us?
I joined the Air Force in 1974. And I did my first 4 years out here in California, at Norton Air Force Base, which isn't there anymore, San Bernardino, California. And my last 2 years in Germany.
Good one.
When I was in Germany, I was in a combat mobility unit, which was, we were all over the place all the time. So I just occasionally had a bed in Germany, but you know, we were all over every place all the time. And in 1978, y'all remember or have ever heard about Mobutu and Idi Amin Dada?
Yeah, Idi Amin.
Idi Amin.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay. We went to Zaire to take out a bunch of refugees, people who were running from they massacred a number of people there in Kolwezi. The city was called Kolwezi. We were in Lubumbashi, and rebel forces came across the border and attacked a French mining town, shooting up, killing everybody. French paratroopers came in, fought them back across the border, and everyone who was left, we were responsible for taking out of there. And we were there, I don't know how long.
You got everybody out. You got as a team. You guys.
We got everybody out. You know, I was young and stupid.
Is that what the award was about for saving those people?
Well, it was everybody that was there got the award. It was for the participation in it. And
that's right.
It's called the Inter-African Peacekeeping Forces that we evacuated out of there. There were Togo troops, there were Moroccan troops, there were Senegalese troops, they were all over from Africa fighting there. And the civilians, the French civilians that went out. We were putting birds and monkeys and everything on them planes, just jam-packing them full of people. We were putting two people in one seat and put a seatbelt around them in order to get them out of there.
Put the seatbelt on me. I want to get out of here.
Yeah.
I don't even mind.
First ride.
So that's what that was for.
Was it a lot of us that you seen on that side?
A lot of what?
Or a lot of us?
Black
people. Was there. It was like Africa.
Yes. How did that feel? Like, you know what I mean? Coming from, you know?
Well, it was a different experience. Again, I was young and stupid. I was in my 20s. I didn't even know at the time. I didn't even know why we were there. You know, I didn't know about the massacre. We found out later. We were joking about it because we were saying, okay, that's one less plane that we have to pack. But I didn't understand the weight of that at the time. Not until long later in my life that I learned about that. I was also involved in the, when the Iranians took the American embassy hostage in Iran, I was also involved with that in Egypt.
It's crazy. This is the stuff you normally see on movies. To just hear it in life taking over the embassy is like, oh my God. Like I saw that movie, but shoo, you were there for real.
Yeah, and it's rare these days that you actually get to hear it firsthand. Because when you're watching movies, you're watching somebody's perspective that could have warped it for the screen.
Yep.
You listen to people tell you, and they're like, "Yeah, it was kind of like that, but it wasn't like that."
Right.
But there was more of us. It wasn't.
Don Cheadle movie.
Yeah.
Hotel
Rwanda.
Rwanda.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
accurate.
Accurate. Yeah.
Wow.
During our time.
Don Cheadle movie, Gifted Hands with my guy Larry Ervin, aka Lawrence. But Larry, we gonna stick with Larry. I ain't gonna put you out there like that. Larry Ervin, you are also in movies, but we are going to get to that right after this break. Just 10 seconds, y'all. Hold on, 10 seconds. Just go get some popcorn.
No, not 10 seconds. Let's go for like 3 minutes.
Okay. Just whoop. Y'all go get some popcorn and we'll be.
All smiles, no trouble. If you rollin' with me, ain't no nigga like me. I'ma show you, baby. I'ma make you mine. All smiles, no trouble. If you rollin' with.
What's the deal, y'all? It's LP, the host here, and thank you so much for tuning in to the Patio Politics. Y'all keep it locked because we are not done yet.
You trust me? Come here. I want to help you ease your anxiety if you allow me to. I think it's magical how kisses slow down time. I can make your spirit move at the pace of the earth when your lips meet mine. Life is so much better when you slow down. We so in a rush just to go nowhere when the best place to be is right here. Making a positive out of all the negatives.
Justice, I assure you, will be served.
You want to restore the community, you have to restore order and instill fear in the people.
Me and you both know how this ends.
Yeah, we damn sure do know how it ends. It ends here. Because if we don't protect our people and land, who else will? Because it damn sure ain't the church.
Niggas are gonna go out here like me.
That's what they want us to believe. And we're not born monsters. Circumstances, poverty, and pain turns us into that monster.
What up, y'all? We back here on the Patio Politics. It's your boy Tyree Mills, aka Mill Suave.
Yeah.
I'm here with LP. I'm here with my brother God King Kendon, and we are back with Mr. Larry Ervin. And
Mr. Larry Ervin.
I'm excited for this portion because I have personally worked with this man and his wife on various projects. It was a privilege, matter of fact, a privilege, I say, Larry, for you guys to bring me in. The way you guys work, just the way the set runs, just everything you guys come up with. I mean, I love being there. I literally love when y'all call me out. So let's, where do we even begin? Let's take us to the film. How did you come to the film?
Get involved in film?
Yes.
Man, and taking it back, I remember that conversation that we had upstairs on the church and where you was just coming from.
Yeah.
Man.
That was recent.
Yeah.
That was right after that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Do we know his wife? Did we interview his wife? No? Yes. Yes or no?
Soon to come. No.
Oh, okay. Because I seen the name of the wife, but we also interviewed a lady with the same name. Okay.
Oh, no.
Who's also in the industry too. Okay.
Yes.
How did I get in the film? Well, my wife, Michelle. She's in the film.
Shout out to the wife.
Let me back that up a little bit more.
Shout out to Miss Michelle.
It was in the family because her older brother, worked for In Living Color.
Yeah.
He was the editor on that show. So he was in the film. My wife Michelle was in the film, but she got even more into film when her brother Pee Wee died of leukemia. So she wanted to continue his dream.
Right.
Because I think he had written some things that she wanted to get out.
Mm-hmm.
So she started taking lessons. She started going to classes at Cerritos College, and she was making little, I'll say little, long out, student films and things like that. And of course, I had to do everything.
So
I had to build the sets. I had to hold the camera.
I heard you. You know what? They talked about you before you got here. They said wherever you need for a movie, like he'll just build it. Like you don't even have to buy it. He'll just
Larry's garage is the workshop.
Larry the laborer. No, we'll go ahead.
But so after, even on top of that, she had an instructor that had some other students that were shooting a student film. They couldn't find someone for it. He called up Michelle asking, "Hey, do you know anybody who might want to, take a part in this film?" And rather than asking Michelle, I said, "No, I'll do it." I'll do it because I had taken classes with him before, and I had retired from Boeing.
Oh, is that you also did that as well?
Yeah, I was retired from Boeing.
You think you can hit a strike quicker than me?
Say that again.
You can hit a strike quicker than me?
Y'all know what she said.
What you think?
My answer is yeah.
I don't know. I'm a little off track, but yeah, that's how I got started. Building our sets, holding the cameras, all the light. I had to learn everything so that she could do her film stuff.
Is she the one who started, what is it, White Noise?
No, Silent Noise Productions.
Silent Noise Productions, yes, that's us. Her and her sister and me. That's our Silent Noise production.
Nice. And from that production, you guys produced Tress together?
Yes.
Tress? How was that? Whose idea?
Well, that's pretty interesting story.
Nice. We'll take it here.
Y'all know about the horses in Compton?
Yes.
Compton Cowboys? Well, no.
It's called the Junior Posse. It was called Junior Posse.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, he does.
You know about him?
Yep.
The lady who ran that program, her name is... it's only when I'm trying to remember something that I don't. Okay?
It's okay.
But anyway, Michelle wanted to do a piece on her. She had written a script based on the Junior Posse, which is black kids riding horses in Compton. She had a program where she would take kids off the street rather than, them being in the street. Teach them how to ride horses and do equestrian stuff.
I like that so much.
She was funded.
I promise I do.
Her students went on to compete in equestrian things. And Michelle had written a script that she wanted to do based on that, where kids would come ride horses. Couldn't get no traction at all with it.
Nobody buying
bicycling around, nobody wanted to do it. We weren't doing anything, and we weren't doing anything for a long time because we were trying to get that thing off the ground for so long that we were discouraged and we were sitting around the house and said, we need to do something, because when you're in production, that's a whole different
beast, whole different monster.
Yeah,
Yep.
It's a whole different life, and I enjoy it. There's long hours.
Oh yeah.
But I enjoy it.
It's bittersweet as filmmakers. We already know the lack of sleep is coming, the late nights, the anticipate the weather.
I can't believe y'all make the film and edit the film. I just be like, Jazz, goodness.
We were just sitting around saying, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Her hair stylist came over. She was going to get her hair did that day in my living room. And I said, why don't we just shoot this? Why don't you just talk to Carla, her hairdresser, and ask her about, how she got started with hair and where she trained and what she did and how she did it.
So it was the same idea of picking an entrepreneur's brain on what they started, but it just wasn't with the Junior Posse.
Right.
It was
just wanted to do something. And
I heard
that was happening today. So hey,
I heard
might as well
that.
grab a camera, and just do something. And it just built and built.
Snowball.
And snowballed and snowballed. She introduced us to some other people who introduced us to some other people. We interviewed the Dr. Carey. Dr. Carey was in the film. I'm not sure if she's still serving, but she was on the board of certification board for hairstylists for the state of California.
Mhm.
They get their licenses. She's involved at that. We met her. We met
Regina King.
Not Regina King.
Sorry.
Damn, I can't remember her last.
Hall.
Regina Hall.
I can't remember her last name.
No
but
worries.
she's involved with hair. She's also a filmmaker.
Mm.
She did a film on hair that who was it? Chris Rock.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good hair.
Yeah. Yeah.
That idea came from Regina.
Wow.
And she was all pissed off about that.
Did Tress win awards?
It did.
I should ask how many.
Wow.
I don't know offhand how many, but we've entered many film festivals, and we got a handful. Best film at
least,
Las
right?
Vegas Black Film Festival.
Wow.
Hey, that's Michelle's thing,
shout
right?
out. Yeah.
I remember that.
Hey, shout out to
to
Michelle.
Las Vegas Black Film Festival.
The LVBFF. Super dope. Congratulations
Congrats
to
on
you
that,
and
yeah.
the wife.
And
on
we entered it in New York, San Diego.
And they liked it everywhere.
They liked it everywhere.
See,
Matter of
that's a good movie.
They it played in Barbados. It played in it played at universities.
Mm-hmm.
Played in a lot of places.
That's not bad.
Wow. That's
The awards say so. The awards say so. So super dope. Congratulations to you and the
You
wife.
probably know what awards are.
Huh?
You probably know what awards we got. better than I do.
Jay mentioned some. I didn't get to write them down.
Well, real quick, Larry, I wanted to actually bring this around to fast forward a little bit. See, you had already been working with the Riders actually before I even came on the team, and I saw your incredible performance in Frank Blue and in Course of the Just.
I seen them too. I just wanted to hop in there and give some props. I just wanted to hop in there and give some props.
We're gonna give Larry his flowers now,
for
man.
his interviews. And then even on the movies that weren't Ryder, I seen like at least the pictures or just like little clips from them. I think that you played the roles well. Like whatever it is that you're supposed to look like, I feel like you are executing that look in all the roles. So most definitely.
And that's where you get to exercise them empathy abilities too.
That's kind of how I got into film as well, because I wanted to learn about filmmaking. So I signed up with casting calls, backstage, and all the extra
360 and stuff.
So I'd go and audition for stuff, and I get parts, but I ain't no actor. See, the reason I'm there is to learn what all these people are doing. And so it's just to get on the set. So I played a lot of background acting, and I played some other parts, some of the speaking parts on lower films. Nobody probably heard of, like Frank Blue.
No, they.
No.
They know
I'm
what Frank Blue
I'm not
is.
saying that nobody knows about Frank Blue.
I know about it like Frank Blue. Gotcha.
But
I got you.
I think I did like 24, 25 items on my IMDb page.
I seen them.
Remember what they all are.
Damn, you got.
But most of them were just to get on the set and
And you learn something different
work
from
and
each
learn.
one, each
I
single
do.
one.
Yeah.
Tools in a toolbox.
Yeah, yeah, that's what you gotta
Man, and that's dedication. That's how you get it done. Because I'm sure in those times it wasn't as much of a YouTube, and I know that's how I learned filmmaking as well. Just go out there and see how they get it done, and even if you're supposed to be background, watch what the DP's doing or watch what the director's doing.
Right.
So
Yeah.
Exactly.
I've been trying to get you to teach me some stuff for the longest. I think you think I'm gonna be great. No, I'm just kidding.
I think you gotta do.
I idolize your work. I love what you do.
I appreciate it. You've been shooting yourself for the longest, so you already adept to it.
It's not about me. It's about Larry, man.
Actually, when I met Larry, it was background Course of the Just. I was taking pictures, and he asked me about my camera.
Yeah, you was taking pictures and he was taking notes. Okay.
I didn't know he was a character.
I was taking notes on Plank Brew too.
Yeah.
Shoot, look, before we get out of here, is there anything left on the plate that we did not get out that you might want to get out? And then, of course, that's your camera right there. Let everybody know where they can find you, follow you, call you, dating app. Just, hey.
Dating app.
Hey, and just her saying that, I know we putting the ocean in a box because there's so much within you. You know what I mean? But something that you can't put a cap on,
The ocean in the... You must be a poet or something. Like, you right? Wow. Ocean in the bottom.
Well, I'm old school. I don't Twitter or tweet. I don't have no web page. I don't have. I got an old Facebook page. There's a couple of pictures on it.
Like you can call me on my landline.
Yeah, you can call me on landline. Nobody answers that one.
How about what about Silent Noise? Is there a website for Silent Noise?
There's a Silent Noise. SilentNoiseProductions.com.
Got it. Mm-hmm. I hear that. SilentNoiseProductions.com, y'all.
Did you say SilentNoiseProductions.com?
SilentNoiseProductions.com.
Okay, cool.
NoiseProductions.com.
Last great film they showed me was Hardtown.
Hardtown, yeah. JT was in Hardtown. That was a fun film.
Yeah.
You didn't shoot that. No.
I did not. I would have loved to.
Yeah.
No, too bad.
I seen everything.
I don't think
on
I even
stage.
knew you then.
I knew
you yet.
Not that well. No. I think the last time we saw each other was Course of the Just.
Oh, you poor babies. All right, well, that wraps up our time. It's so sad. But if y'all want another interview...
Did you want to leave anything? Did you have anything else to leave?
No, I just want to say that thank you for giving me this opportunity to say something. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to be me, as me.
All the time.
And Larry, we appreciate you.
Thank you for coming. Yeah,
we
blessing us with your presence, your wisdom, your stories.
We appreciate you for all your contributions. We appreciate your spirit. I appreciate you the times you've invited me out. We want to go ahead and just give you your flowers now.
Thank you.
Because, yeah.
And I don't think that Jay and Jazz the only people that should be going to dinner. But I mean, I didn't say anything.
I done been over a couple times for
I
sure.
didn't say anything. We definitely got to wrap this up, y'all. We do, Kendon.
Yep.
King
Right,
Kendon.
For sure.
Larry the pilot. Look up in the air. You might see Larry flying. T Mills. He want to be Mills Suave so bad. It's LP the host. Y'all keep it locked. It's the Patio PolitiCz, you guys.
Yes, man.